We're live from the Spero Clinic with an amazing graduation today. Josilynn, aka Josie. I'm incredibly proud of you. You've worked super hard since day one. I knew that you were going to succeed. You came in with the attitude that you were going to do whatever it took to get out of here and get home, and you've made it happen. You've been zero pain for a while now. We're working on some function, and here you are, ready to do it, graduate, ring the bell, and go home to your life. So very proud of you. Go ahead.
First, I'd like to say that I would not be here without my biggest supporters, my mom and dad, Andy and Michelle, and how thankful I am for their endless love and support. This was just as hard on them as it was my siblings, Maddie and Lucas, and loved ones as it was for myself. For all the supporters that have been following my journey and giving our family the love that you have shown, I will now like to take you down the journey of how I got here. I was a healthy, outgoing, and active 12-year-old. Then in April of 2022 is when the unexpected happened and where my journey began. I fell out of the car and sprained my right ankle. There was not a single thought in my mind of anything else. I got up and proceeded with my day. It was not for a couple days later when my foot started to swell and turn colors. This was when we started doctor hunting. We started just locally and seeing primary doctors and physicians. This is when we started also to hit walls. Scan after scan, test after test, there was just nothing there. I was getting worse, trying to do everything to keep the swelling away, but it was only getting bigger. I am now on crutches. The swelling is worse up my leg as well as the color. The pain is getting more intense and my foot is becoming more sensitive. Feeling let down and discouraged as we go in and out of these places and still no answer, no help. Trying to move and elevate, but my foot is only getting more discolored and now the pain is starting to come. More doctors after doctors, test after test, and still nothing. To them, it's all in my head and there's nothing wrong. I started to develop other issues with my body's healing. Rashes started developing all over my body. This is now about July of 2022, and I went in to see yet another doctor. After examining me for a couple of weeks, he mentioned to mom and me about the condition, complex regional pain syndrome. He gave us a little information about it, but needs to send us to another doctor that can help me. Weeks later, I saw a new doctor that assured me that I have CRPS, and she gave us a treatment option of an inpatient stay for three weeks of pain management that they will do PT, OT, and psychology. I'm now unable to touch, move, apply water, hot, cold, and anything else with my foot and lower leg. We did the treatments that was told 3 weeks, then 3 months later, I was still there and coming home worse than I went in. The swelling in my foot and sensitivity was worse. Mentally, I started going downhill and had more issues with my hip and back. Coming home frustrated and discouraged, we are feeling let down and blown off. We spent the next month at home doing some PT with my therapist and waiting for our appointment at Mayo Clinic. In January of 2023, we spent a week at Mayo Clinic. Their diagnosis at the end of the stay was to amputate at the knee and put me on more medications. We immediately left, upset and feeling defeated again, as that was not an option for us. There was another stay that we started with a 2 weeks in the hospital, and I got an epidural, started me on ketamine, pretty much just trying to load me up with all medications that did not do nothing with me or my pain at all. After this stay in the hospital, we went back home for 2 months to wait to do their outpatient behavioral health pain program. Entering this program, they said I will be back functioning without pain in about 3 to 5 weeks. Finding out again, I was there for 3.5 months. During my time there, my pain got worse. I started to pass out, and anything that would come in contact with my leg or different elements around me, I was being told I was crazy and you can't pass out because of pain. Statements like this were being said to me time and time again. I was told I was making this up and that CRPS can't be that bad. We were not allowed to speak with any other patients about their stories or conditions. I felt so lost and it making me feel like I was crazy. They threatened me during my therapy sessions that if I passed out for longer than an hour, they would add another day in my stay every time. We decided as a family this treatment was hurting me more than helping, so we left. We tried everything outside the medical field that include acupuncture, massage therapy, and anything in between. We tried holistic and emotional clearing. We are now in December of 2023, and one of my family members working with a doctor that was willing to try our case. He knew about CRPS, but typically worked with adults. He was not like any doctors that I've had before. He actually did listen to me and did not want to give up. He did not say I was crazy or faking it. We started with stacked nerve blocks, which unfortunately did not do anything at all. With him, we also tried a trial back stimulator and PTSD blocks. There was nothing that has made any kind of a dent in my pain as of right now. He did reach out to other medical CRPS doctors from all over the US at other clinics to see if there's anything that they would recommend. Trial after trial, poke after poke, there was a treatment that we tried that did seem to help a little. I had 2 catheters in my right quad, and 4 times a day I would inject 12 cc's of lidocaine into those parts. Though it was helping a little bit, it was not fixing the root cause. Desperate for help, my mom and dad learned more about CRPS and found more doctors online, then just started to email and reach out to them. One clinic in particular looked promising to Dad, and that was Spero. He pushed us to give it a chance and take a gander at this clinic halfway across the U.S. I did not want to come. I did not want to leave home or my family, friends, boyfriend. We did not end up wanting to get discouraged again. Dad kept pushing. He had a consultation set up with Alexis and plane tickets booked. We agreed to go and take at least a look and see what there was to offer. This was about the end of September when we walked into the clinic for the first time. There was a small moment of warmth that I have not felt in any other treatment center. There were patients welcoming, and the shock of positivity was there. After the first day and the walkthrough, there was no negative that we could find, and it was like no other treatment center. Mom and I were intrigued and overwhelmed leaving that day. Day 2, we met Abigail, Miranda, and a few others. Alexis talked to us about her story as well. She made me feel heard and seen. Her story is one of the things that made me feel like maybe we were in the right place. We had a start date of January 15th, but as we were leaving, sitting in the parking lot, I asked Mom and Dad if we can get in sooner. We went back in, and there was an opening November 6th for me to start. Flew back excited, but also knowing our world was getting turned upside down for the better. I was finally not alone. There was patient positivity and stories that kept me going week after week, even as I was maybe not seeing much progress in myself. I was able to start cutting back on my pain medications. As my treatment progressed, about the middle of the 2nd month, I started to see my pain levels dropping, sensitivity decreasing, and swelling getting better. I remember when I told Dr. T she could measure my foot for the first time, feeling excited and challenging myself to have the number smaller each time. There were my small wins happening day after day, the guidance from all the therapists, and the wonderful staff that led me to where I am today. From me wearing Dad's Croc for the first time and bringing in my brand new shoes in the NMR building to reach the goal of putting them both on. This has been a life-changing experience for me. You have all given me my life back. I want to first thank all the Spero patients from now and from when I first arrived for their support, positivity, and hope. Next, I would like to thank Dr. T. I always look forward to seeing you first thing in the morning and sharing our love for dogs. P.S. Sorry for almost breaking your Vegas fingers. Then I would like to thank Katie. There was never a dull moment with you, whether I was Jose or Josephine Lala. You always helped me. You helped me more than you could ever know. Your support day in and day out, always pushing me and having me succeed bigger goals than we talked about. The talk about food and lunch spots will forever be missed for sure. Bryce, thank you for keeping me in check and popping over and giving your input to Miss O'Merrill, Wisconsin. Jacob, believe it or not, I did enjoy piezo, and no, I will still not turn that number down even if it seems like I might need to. Thank you for all the fun conversations and clearing all that gunk from me. Heather, between reconnecting my back or ankle, your work did the trick and helped me gain more feeling in NMR, so thank you continuously for working with me. Sierra, thank you for always cheering me on and helping me get past those hurdles with water and sensitivity, and Tyler for helping me gain more movement in my ankle. Everyone here has influenced me in a positive way and gave me the tools to be standing up here right now. Thank you all again for giving me a life back, for not giving up and always having hope.
Do it.